In the heart of ancient India, among the timeless expanse of forests and mountains, lie the sacred temples that stand as silent guards of an age long past. In the shadow of these majestic temples, kings once walked the corridors of power, their crowns gleaming as symbols of earthly dominion. Yet, when faced with the choice between empire and dharma, they chose the latter, willingly surrendering their thrones to safeguard these magnificent temples. Among these many magnificent temples, the Meenakshi Temple of Madurai stands as a jewel in the crown of ancient India. With its soaring towers and intricate carvings, it serves as a testament to the timeless devotion of kings and devotees alike. Meenakshi Sundareswarar Temple, also referred as Meenakshi Amman Thirukkovil, stands as a venerable Hindu shrine situated on the southern banks of Vaigai River within Madurai, Tamil Nadu, India. Devoted to the goddess Meenakshi, an incarnation of goddess Parvati, and her consort Sundareshwara, an aspect of Lord Shiva, this temple holds deep historical and cultural significance. Positioned at the heart of the ancient temple city of Madurai, its origins trace back to the Tamil Sangam literature era, with references to the goddess temple dating back to 6th century texts. This revered temple is among the Paadal Petra Sthalams, a collection of 275 Shiva temples celebrated in the verses of Tamil Saiva Nayanars from 6th to 9th centuries. Meenakshi, the goddess, holds the central position in the temple, a departure from the norm observed in most Shiva temples across South India, where Shiva is typically the primary god. According to the Tamil scripture, Thiruvillayadai Puranam, King Malayadhwaja Pandya and his consort Kanchana Malai conducted a yajna to seek a successor, desiring a son. Instead, they were blessed with a daughter, already 3 years old, adorned with 3 breasts. Upon Shiva's divine intervention, it was prophesied that she would lose the extra breast upon meeting her destined husband. The king and queen embraced this prophecy, raising their daughter as their heir. True to Shiva's words, upon encountering him, she transformed into her true form, Meenakshi. Madurai, an ancient town, finds mention in texts dating back to the Sangam era, estimated to range from 1st century to 4th century. Early Tamil literature refers to Madurai as Koodal, depicting it as a capital and religious hub where every road came from the temple. The goddess Meenakshi is depicted as divine ruler, revered alongside Shiva as the principal gods by the southern Tamil kingdoms, notably the Pandya dynasty. References in early texts suggest the presence of temple in Madurai as early as mid-6th century. Throughout medieval literature and inscriptions, it is alternatively named as Kadambavanam, signifying the forest of Kadamba, or Velliyambalam, representing the silver hall where Shiva performed his cosmic dance. Described as a hub of scholarly gatherings, Madurai is likened to a Sangam, a place where intellectuals convene. As documented in the Tamil text Thiruvillayadai Puranam and the Sanskrit text Halasya Mahatya. In the gloomy chronicles of history, Alauddin Khilji emerges as a shadowy figure, his reign cloaked in darkness and intrigue. As the Delhi Sultan of 14th century, he ruled with an iron fist, his ambition knowing no bounds. From the depths of his empire, he unleashed Malik Kafur, his loyal and formidable general, whose name struck fear into the hearts of all who dared oppose him. With the full force of Delhi Sultanate at his command, Kafur descended upon the southern realms like a relentless storm, leaving nothing but chaos and subjugation in his wake. Among those subdued were the Yadavas of Devagiri, the Kakatiyas, the illustrious Hoysalas of Dwarasamudra, and ultimately the Pandyas of Madurai. The Kakatiyas were compelled to relinquish prized Kohinoor diamond. Dwarasamudra, capital of Hoysalas, suffered plunder and earned the name Halebeedu, signifying its downfall. Next on Malik Kafur's list was the renowned Meenakshi Temple of Madurai, the pride of Pandyan kingdom. The Pandya rulers accumulated substantial wealth from their pearl production sites along the Bay of Bengal, depositing their riches in the temple treasury. Meanwhile, within Pandyan Empire, a civil strife brewed between Sundara Pandyan and Veera Pandyan. Despite Sundara Pandyan's alliance with Hoysala king Veeraballala III, the tide turned with the defeat of Veeraballala at the hands of Malik Kafur, sending shock waves through the Pandyan ranks. Though initially hesitant due to intelligence of the Pandyan army's fortification of Madurai, Khilji himself commanded reinforcements to boost Kafur's assault, tempted by city's wealth that was revealed by Veera Virupaksha Ballala III, the last king of Hoysala Empire. Enraged by the fall of his ally Virupaksha Ballala and the desecration of Dwarasamudra's temples, Sundara Pandyan resolved to confront the Sultanate army despite Veera Pandyan's counsel to remain within Madurai's defences. The disagreement led Sundara Pandyan to march into battle, leaving Veera Pandyan to defend Madurai alone. However, Sundara Pandyan's army's reliance on Kaveri river as the source of water backfired when it dried up during a scorching summer, forcing them to seek water to the west. Exploiting this weakness, Kafur's forces defeated Sundara Pandyan and captured him. News of the defeat reached Veera Pandyan, who remained in Madurai to fend off the invaders. Despite their outnumbered status, Veera Pandyan and his warriors inflicted heavy losses upon Kafur's army through clever tactics, including archery bombardments and surprise cavalry assaults. Under the veil of darkness, Veera Pandya cavalry launched surprise assaults throughout the night, exploiting the cover of shadows. Breaching the formidable defenses of Madurai walls proved to be a daunting task. Malik Kafur exercised patience, spending weeks systematically looting and plundering the remnants of the ancient city. However, as time wore on, Kafur's forces suffered significant losses, prompting him to consider a retreat. Yet, just as retreat seemed imminent, a fortunate breach occurred in a heavily guarded section of city walls. Despite the enemy's relentless onslaught, which resulted in destruction of the towers and significant damage to the temple, Veera Pandyan and his exceptional army fiercely defended the inner sanctum. Devotees rallied to protect the sacred idols of Meenakshi and Sundareshwarar by constructing a false wall, determined to shield their believed gods from harm. During an oppressively hot summer marked by shortages of water and food, compounded by fatigue and fierce resistance from Veera Pandyan and his forces, Malik Kafur's attempted further plundering the Meenakshi Temple were thwarted. Recognizing the challenges posed by the conditions and the tenacity of defenders, Kafur opted to enter negotiations. In exchange for sparing the temple, all the treasures housed within, as well as the wealth of Madurai itself, including a vast fortune in gold coins and assortment of precious stones and jewelry, were relinquished to Kafur. Additionally, a significant portion of temple's rice reserves was took by Kafur's army. To secure the temple's safety and secure the release of Veera Pandyan's brother Sundara Pandyan, Pandyan kingdom agreed to part with nearly the entire stock of elephants and horses. In essence, the Pandyan kingdom sacrificed nearly everything to preserve their sacred temple from the Islamic invaders. After Mahmud bin Tughlaq took control of the Delhi Sultanate, he installed Jalaluddin Asan Khan as the Muslim governor of Madurai. However, in 1335, Khan broke away from the Delhi Sultanate and established the Madurai Sultanate. Under this new regime, the temple towns like Madurai were no longer supported but instead pressurized in paying tributes. The Sultanate inflicted severe damage on many temples like Meenakshi Temple and subjugated the local inhabitants into oppression. However, the Muslim rule in Madurai was short-lived as the Hindu Vijayanagara Empire led by Bukharaya defeated them in 1378. After the Vijayanagara rulers defeated the Madurai Sultanate and assumed control, the Vijayanagara rulers started the task of clearing the temple ruins and reinstated it for regular worship. Throughout the 16th century, they embarked on a comprehensive restoration project, which involved repairing, expanding and enhancing not only the Meenakshi Temple, but also numerous other temples in the region. During the 16th and 17th centuries, the Hindu Nayak dynasty under the leadership of Vishwanatha Nayak oversaw the reconstruction of the temple. Adhering closely to the principles outlined in the Hindu architectural texts known as Shilpa Shastras, the Nayaka rulers meticulously redesigned both the layout of the temple city and the structure of Meenakshi Temple itself. During the colonial period, the vicinity surrounding the Meenakshi Temple became a focal point for Christian missionary endeavors, with competing missions from Portugal and other European regions vying for influence. Initially, the British administration offered support to the temple, and the British took part in temple festivities as a means of gathering social and political acceptance. However, by 1820, the British withdrew from their role as temple patrons and ceased active participation in temple events. The missionaries ridiculed the temple's artwork and critiqued its practices, often presenting themselves as Roman Brahmins and northern sannyasis. Despite their efforts, the missionaries faced limited success, as the local populace continued to support the temple even after conversion to Christianity. Following the decline of the Nayakas and the onset of Madras Presidency, coupled with the withdrawal of British colonial support, the condition of the temple deteriorated. However, in 1959, Tamil Hindus took the initiative to address the issue by gathering donations and launching restoration efforts. After years of meticulous work, the restoration was successfully completed and commemorated with the Kumbhabhishekam ceremony in 1995. As we stand in admiration of the magnificence of Madurai Meenakshi Temple, let us not forget the sacrifices made by noble kings who almost renounced their empires to safeguarding the sacred places of Dharma. Their selfless acts echo through the corridors of time, reminding us that the value of Dharma is as precious as life itself. Let us also remember the devout souls who fought tirelessly against adversity, employing cunning and courage to outsmart the enemy and protect their beloved gods. Their unwavering devotion serves as a beacon of inspiration for generations to come. These temples, more than mere stone structures, are treasures of history etched in stone, bearing witness to the timeless struggle between light and darkness, righteousness and oppression. May we cherish and honor these sacred sites, preserving their legacy for future, and may their stories serve as a reminder that the flame of Dharma shall never be extinguished, for it burns eternal in the heart of Bharat.